Okay, guys, recording. This guy freaking parking on the freaking exit. ¿Cómo estamos? Oh, sorry. Sorry, you guys don't know Spanish. Nah, I'm just playing. It's a meme. Anyways, I just got done with one of my salsa classes. It is day 48. Day 48, Monday, December, 9th. 10, 12, 11, 10, 12, 11, yeah, the 9th. Sí. So, yeah. Day 48, good day, man. Actually, very solid day. For a Monday, very solid. Not that I'm celebrating this, but I dread Mondays because we have this morning meeting at my firm that, has a 15% chance of ever ending on time. And I feel like a lot of it could be done, on a one-on-one basis. It's supposed to be for general, general information, making sure we're on track with our clients and our cases and prospecting and all that jazz. But a lot of times it just turns into just, And I'm all for team building, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not genuine. So, and then, so that means, having to be there on time. And then usually because I have classes at night and it's just easier for me just to stay at work. I'm there for the whole day, so sometimes I'm there from 8 and I don't take off from the office till like 7 p.m. You know what I mean? So that's 11 hours, in my office. So, you know what I mean? And as I've gotten older and I've had more time in my career, I do respect, I do understand the importance of in-person work. I'm an advocate for it in ¿Por qué estamos frenando? In the sense where I think you should be based on your career, but also based on your personality and also based on kind of what your merit. I do think a hybrid option is the most optimal option. You know what I mean? I do think, maybe 1 day, 1.5 days, 2 days out of the work week, you should be able to work, from wherever. Being a financial advisor, you can work from wherever, literally from wherever. So this year, I've grown to appreciate when it's time to be in the office, but also, he's not going to stop you. Whenever it's time to be in the office and whenever it's time to, to be out and about, but knowing your personality, you're the type of person that needs supervision, and you have to admit it to yourself. You have to be the kind of person that's like, hey, I work, I say I want to be home, I want to be hybrid, I want to be work from home, but honestly, the type of person I am, the habits that I've built in my life are not conducive for me working from home for me to be effective. You know what I mean? So that's just a little thing about why on Mondays I really prefer to not have to go in like I'd rather be like every other day where I go in whenever it's, Wednesdays I'm usually in by 9 or 10 o'clock. Thursdays as well. Fridays is one of those things where if I have a meeting or something that I'm going to the office and not, then I'm working from home Fridays. Tuesdays are one of those days where, just because of the kind of networking events and things that I belong to, Tuesdays I work from home. I work from various places near my home. And Mondays lately have been one of those things where I'm just there all day. Which is fine, right? But it's like, I'd rather it be because, I'm being effective, not because I have to. So, but all that to say is that my lead advisor, the one that I primarily work with, he was under the weather today, so I was able to and he didn't need to cover him at one of his meetings, so I was able to say, hey, I can't come in for the morning meeting because I need to cover, GW. And then that meeting that I was supposed to cover him for, turns out that he didn't need to be there anyways. We already had done the legwork. It was kind of more of showing face, but it wasn't necessary for us to be there. So I got to stay from home. I got to work from home. Stay home, take it easy, get my work done, but also not really, stress about it too much. Can't tell if the guy behind me is a cop or not. Right now, I'm on Beltway 8 in Houston, and Beltway 8 is basically like a cash cow for the city because we pay tolls, and then you have tons of cops. When I say cops, I'm talking about Harris County. Tons of Harris County cops just hunting you. You know what I mean? Wanting to pull you over to give you a ticket. That's what they live for. But, so far I've only had 2 shakes. I'm probably gonna have my 3rd one. I don't necessarily like for me to be on an empty stomach when I go to bed, just because I don't want to tempt myself to be super hungry in the morning, especially since I'm gonna wait, until later anyways, not to eat, but to have my first shake. So work from home, taking it easy. Just came back from my salsa class, so a good 50 minutes of cardio. I was tempted because I worked from home today to go to the gym, but it just didn't work out that way. It wasn't a cop. Should have recognized it by the lights. And even right now, I'm debating, it's only 9 o'clock. Maybe I should hit the gym, but I don't want to push it. But I'm feeling good. It's day 48. Tomorrow's weigh-in. So excited for that. So honestly, I feel, last week I was a little bit disappointed. Only 6 pounds. 6 pounds is good, but I just feel for the amount of energy that I'm outputting, that I should be at about 7.5, to 8.5 pound rate. So excited for weigh-in tomorrow. And where was it? Oh, so day 48. I don't think I mentioned this in the day 47 video, but Sunday morning, which was day 47, I think that was the first day where the deficit really hit me. In terms of, it was probably the first day where I've actually felt hungry. You know what I mean? And I haven't up to this point. Being sincere, being truthful, I have not felt hungry up until yesterday, day 47. Because when I woke up, for church, I was like, oh my God. My stomach is completely empty, and I would very much like something to eat. And so I think it is finally hitting me, the cut, which makes sense. I'm halfway, through phase 1. That second leg, it's gonna be tough. So, and it's not how you start, but how you finish. So this is the most important part of it. Am I able to keep up that mental toughness and understand that that hunger, especially for me, is a momentary feeling. It's not something that's going to last, but But if I linger on it, if I let it stew, I am gonna, it's gonna adversely affect me, and I'm gonna be more prone to fall into temptation. You know what I mean? So, it's about, and then so speaking that to day 48 today, it's 11, 12 o'clock, and I'm like, dang. I know that we have some leftover, carne asada from the day before. You know what I mean? Hey, I made it today to 47 full days, man. One day, you know what I mean, is not going to be bad for me. But it's that mental toughness that we got to build up. Then 1 o'clock comes around, I have my first shake, and it passes. I feel full. I feel fine. I waited another 3.5 hours, so about 4:30. Maybe a little bit more after that. I had my second shake. And it's been about 4 or 5 hours since I had my last one. And right now, if I go to bed without one, I'm fine. Truly. But again, I don't know if I want to attempt. You know what I mean? And like I think I mentioned in the previous video, I'm very tempted to do a hardcore fast, like just water and electrolytes. You know what I mean? But when I kind of think about it, 450 calories, that's not nothing. But if it's going to keep me to be able to last the full 3 months, then maybe I go push it. You know what I mean? But I'm very tempted to do so. Because I really want to end January 20th, 3-month mark. I want to be able to really look at the scale and be like, okay, I feel absolutely 100% comfortable going to phase 2 and raising my calorie intake by, to 1,100. Now, here's the beautiful thing, right? Even now, phase 1, my calorie intake is supposed to be 800 calories. I'm only consuming 450. You know what I mean? Maybe, there's been a couple Sundays, a couple Mondays the last couple weeks where I do 4 shakes. You know what I mean? So that's 600 calories. You know what I mean? And even whenever I was doing the full 5 shakes, it only added up, all things considered, like 780. I don't think there's been one day. There hasn't been. There has been one day in this whole journey where I've hit 800 or exceeded 800. You know what I mean? Not even by one calorie. So even though I'm going to be entering phase 2 and my calorie intake, limit has raised to 1,100 calories, that doesn't mean that every single day I'm going to be hitting that. You know what I mean? And what phase 2 really symbolizes for me more than anything is the ability to introduce solid food. And my plan, and based on the program itself, it's really going to be more about kind of introducing fruits and vegetables, back into my diet. You know what I mean? And the great thing about that is I have never, ever in my life liked dressing of any kind. I don't like ranch on my salad. I don't like Italian, dressing. I don't like, for the most part, I don't like, lime or lemon in my vegetables. Any kind of dressing you can think of, Thousand Isles or islands, you know what I mean? Blue cheese, Caesar salad. No, that's not for me. Why I say why that's important is because sauces, dressings, oil, butter, sugar, those are the kind of things that are the main, are like the real secret culprits of why you might be gaining weight, why you can't lose weight. You know what I mean? Because we don't measure those things out. We see the nutrition labels on these things, but we don't really. It's just, it's just a sauce. It's just a dressing. It's just, I need oil or I need butter to cook my food, or I like, creamer and sugar in my coffee, and things like that. Salts. Those kind of things are those secret things where, if you don't watch yourself and based on your diet, it could be that those things that I mentioned can make up between 300 to 600 calories, maybe even more, of your calorie intake daily. You know what I mean? And if you know about cutting and bulking, you know that a good filling meal can be made for 500 calories. So essentially, those sauces, those dressings, the butter, the oil, the sugar, those things are not allowing you to be more full. And they're, you heard the term empty calories, they can become empty calories. Now, fats are good. Oil, butter is not the enemy, but you have to learn how to measure. You have to learn how to measure and what are good oils and good butter, you know what I mean? And, get into the world of low-cal, zero-sugar sauces and dressings that a lot of times taste very similar, if not the same, as the full-fat, full-sugar ones. And it's one of those things where it's acquired taste. Over time, you'll it's not even a thing you think about. Getting that zero sugar or low sugar, low-fat ketchup, over time, that's ketchup for you. So, I say that to say, where did we come from this? I'm totally blanking on that. Oh, because of now that I'm in phase 2, post January 20th, introducing, fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are one of those things where you can have a lot of volume, and that the term lot is relative, and the calories, are something that can be factored into your goals. So that's what I'm excited for, is that phase 2 of bringing in the solid foods of fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? I really don't want to jump the gun and start introducing complex, or even simple carbs and protein that's other than shake. So my protein intake, I think in phase 2 is going to be limited still to the shakes, probably a little bit of nuts, but nuts you have to be careful. Again, those things, nuts are one of the tree nuts and things of that nature are very good for you, but again, it's one of those things where you have to learn how to measure these things, because it can catch up to you. So that's really what I'm excited for. It's not just so that I can have 1,100 calories worth of food, you know what I mean? Because honestly, 1,100 calories is like a 3-piece combo at Canex, at Cane's. I mean, I could, I don't want to be the type of person, not yet at least, where I get to phase 2 and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fast the whole day, and then for my only meal, I'm gonna have a 3-piece Caniac combo. No drink. That's my calorie intake. 1,100 calories right there, and I got to eat what I wanted. That time will come, but I really want to stick to that phase 2 limits of not just the calories, but also kind of what my diet will consist of. And I don't want to jar my system so bad that, for January 21st, I eat a fried egg and then I'm in the restroom, for the whole day. So, feeling the cut, but I'm loving, how I'm looking, how I'm feeling. I'm excited for what I'm going to continue to progress into. I do believe that tomorrow's weigh-in will be my lowest recorded weight that I've had since, I want to say, since my junior year of high school. And that was 7 years ago. So, unfortunately, I've kind of been around this range of weight for about 7 years, higher, obviously, because I've lost weight. But tomorrow's weigh-in will show officially that I have surpassed what my initial weight loss was back in from April of 2021 till about June, July of 2022, which is when I first lost my about 100 pounds. So excited for tomorrow's weigh-in. Again, I think I've learned to kind of set my expectations to be more realistic. In my opinion, anything over 6 pounds of loss is a win. Anything over 7.5 is gravy. So, excited for tomorrow's weigh-in, guys. Day 48, good day. It's December 10th. Christmas is just about 2 weeks away. Pretty excited. Can't believe that, but time flies, man. So get started. Don't wait for next Monday. Don't wait for January 1st or 2nd. You know what I mean? Start now. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to know what to do. You're not going to know what to do in the gym. You know what I mean? You might not know what is the best protein shakes, the best protein powders. You're not going to know, oh, should I do intermittent fasting? Should I do carnivore or keto or paleo or, you know what I mean? Should I do this or that? Just do something and you'll learn. You learn if you're intentional. You do something, you realize, okay, my body responds to this this way. Let me continue to research. Let me continue to look at videos. Let me ask questions. But if you stop, that's our biggest problem, is that we're like, oh, either we don't start because we're like, oh, I don't know how to do the right exercises. I don't know how to do this at the gym. I don't know how to do this, I don't know what's the right thing to eat. Understand that the most important thing is principles. Calories in, calories out. When it comes to exercises, what is going to be sustainable and what is going to give me a good output. Understanding that you don't want to lose weight without going and exercising, going to the gym and lifting weights, because then you become skinny fat. Cardio is not about running miles. It's not about running, really. It's not even about jogging. It's about sustainable walking. Incline is the best. You know what I mean? Walking at a brisk pace. Weight training, you know what I mean? It's when you're losing weight, it's more about not so much volume, meaning it's not so much how much weight you're lifting, but how you're lifting it, in a sense, like how many times you're repping. You know what I mean? And you're gonna learn. Watch, in a non-creepy way. Watch people at the gym. Find people that you can, easily digest. For me, one of the biggest helps is Sam Sulek. And Sam Sulek is a bodybuilder. I am not trying to be a bodybuilder, but his approach, his language, his ability to really explain why he does what he does, and him showing me, I should say, but his audience, how he does it really has helped me. You know what I mean? So just get started, man. Just do it. You know what I mean? Don't quit. You might not stick with one thing for the whole time, but it's about trial and error. But a lot of times it's like, okay, you're on fire for 1 or 2 weeks. You weigh yourself, oh man, I really didn't lose, or I didn't lose, or you might even gain. Or you do too hard of a cut too soon and you're not mentally ready for it. You know what I mean? So just get started. Don't get in your own way. And échale ganas, guys. That was day 48 in the books. Have a great week.